life is an endless penance. Bapu will live among us forever. Spinning wheel is his god of life. Let it continue to let our India strive. In our hearts and in our mind, its flame may always remain bright. The monster of weakness that makes us lame be burned off by his soul's pious flame. May the sun of truth always remain bright and burn off disappointment and sin. In the flood of his non-violence and love, may our nation's miseries dissolve. He worshipped Ram all his life, and chanting his name, he took our leave. This small man of greatness high shed his blood and said goodbye. While he is much known, perhaps the only Indian most profusely written about, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi continues to fascinate, confound and stupefy. For someone whose political development took place outside of India, who upon his return from South Africa was sent on an India study tour by his mentor Gopal Krishna Gokhale, who came up with the phrase non-cooperation just because of his unfamiliarity with Hindi at the time. Gandhi sure worked his way up to command staggering resonance across India. We all know about his applaudable accomplishments in and outside of India. But today, let's learn about some of the lesser known facets of his life's journey from Mohandas to Mahatma.
One day, the inspector of schools, Mr. Giles, came to Mohan's school. He read out 5 English words and told the class to write them down. Mohan could write 4 words correctly, but he did not know the spelling of the 5th one, kettle. Seeing Mohan's hesitation, his class teacher made signs behind the inspector's back that he should copy the word from his neighbor. Mohan ignored these signs. All the boys in the class would of course write 5 words, but Mohan could write only 4 words correctly. Once the inspector had left, his teacher started scolding him angrily. I told you should copy the word from your neighbor's slate, but you could not even do that? Seeing this, everyone laughed. That evening, when Mohan went home, he was not unhappy because he knew he had done the right thing. However, what made him sad was that his teacher asked him to cheat. Mohan was against the concept of deception and sham. He was completely against the use of stealthy tactics to achieve something or to get something done. This, in a very real sense, shows that this little Mohan was on his journey to becoming the great soul of the nation before even attaining a mature age.
Children loved visiting Gandhi. A little boy was there one day who was distressed to see the way Gandhi was dressed. He wondered, such a great man, but still he doesn't even wear a shirt. Why is that? Why don't you wear a kurta, Gandhi? He couldn't help but ask. Where's the money, son? Gandhi gently asked him. I cannot afford to wear a kurta. The boy's heart was filled with pity. My mother sews very good clothes. She makes all my clothes, the boy said. I can ask her to make a kurta for you as well. How many kurtas can your mother make, son? Gandhiji asked him. He said, as many as you want. 1, 2, 3. She can make as many kurtas as you need. Gandhiji thought for a moment and replied, but I'm not alone, son. It wouldn't be right for me to be the only one to wear a kurta. The boy persisted. But tell me, how many kurtas do you need? My mother can make as many as you want. Gandhiji then explained to him, I have a large family, son. I have 40 crore brothers and sisters. Can your mother make kurtas for all of them? At this question, the boy became very thoughtful. Gandhiji was right. 40 crore brothers and sisters. Till each one of them had a kurta to wear, how could he wear one himself? After all, the nation was his family, and he was the head of that family. He was their friend, their companion. What use would one kurta be to him? This incident gives us a clear insight of Gandhiji's solicitous nature towards Indian citizens. He treated them as his own brothers and sisters and used every ounce of his strength to provide them with the respect and footing that they rightly deserved.
After years of dire struggle against the British, Gandhi assumed the position of leadership at the Indian National Congress, where he adopted a policy of non-cooperation and non-violence to fight back and achieve home rule. Following this, Gandhi was thrown into prison by the British soldiers. After his release in 1930, Gandhi made a return to active politics, where he fought back against the oppressive British Salt Act. This Salt Act not only prohibited Indians from collecting and selling salt, which was a dietary staple, but also imposed a heavy tax, which was particularly hard for the poorest of the country. Thus, Gandhi formulated a new satyagraha, the Salt March, which entailed a 390-kilometer walk to the Arabian Sea, where Gandhi would collect salt as a symbol of defiance against the British monopoly. My goal is to convert the British people through non-violence and make them see the wrong they have done to the country. This is what he wrote to the then British Viceroy Lord Irwin days before the march. Following the protest against the Salt Act, Gandhi was elevated to a transcendent position in global politics. For 1930, he was named Time magazine's Man of the Year. The entire country was united as one to fight for India's freedom. It was Gandhi's thoughts that created this atmosphere of unity and which helped to fight for India's freedom and independence. Thus, this man rose as the Mahatma, or the great soul and father of a proud and independent nation, India.
Then came a terribly tragic day. On January 30, 1948, 78-year-old Gandhi was assassinated by Hindu extremist Nathuram Godse. That day, we lost the man who nurtured independent India from the time when it was just a seed of the aspirations of a great many people. This is who he was. This is how we have always perceived him and will proudly continue to do so. Every life story of Gandhi teaches us a valuable lesson that has left a profound impact on our souls. From learning about non-violence to treating everyone with respect and equality, we have sure gained a lot from the father of our nation. Although Gandhi was a quintessential human inside out, his most applaudable trait was his patriotism, his love for the country. Every action, every thought of Gandhi was for the prosperity of our nation. As Gandhi wrote in 1947, "For men like me, you have to measure them not by the rare moments of greatness in their life, but by the amount of dust collected on their feet in the course of life's journey." Today, as we look back at a span of 75 years, we realize that we owe our liberty to a lot of commendable leaders. But most importantly, we owe it to the father of our nation, our Bapu, the Mahatma of India. So today, let's celebrate 152 glorious years of one of the most influential humans the face of this earth has ever seen. Happy Gandhi Jayanti to all of the proud Indian citizens. Thank you.